Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of RC Printer. I'm your host Jordan Visco, and today we are out with this guy, which is the URSA 3D printable monster truck, and we are going to put it through its paces. I printed this truck a few days ago, and up until now I haven't been confident enough to take it outside. I did have a few issues with it originally. First off, with the front and rear open differentials. Those are actually quite complicated, and you have to make sure when you're putting them together that you do a perfect job. And I didn't have all of my little rods cut perfectly, and I don't think it printed 100% perfectly. So I went back and reprinted everything again, reinstalled all the bearings, all the rods, all the gears, made sure everything was nice and lubed up. When I reprinted, I printed at a 5% over extrusion just to make sure that everything fit in there like really snugly, because I was getting quite a bit of slipping. With that first print, I was actually having a tiny little bit of movement with the bearings that were in there, and once those differentials heated up, they were just slipping like crazy. So hopefully we've got that problem licked now. The other thing that I was having trouble with was these servos. It uses these tiny little micro servos, and they have tiny little micro servo arms, and they just weren't strong enough. Anytime I would bump a wall, these huge tires would put way too much stress on these little servo arms and just bust them right off. So the designer actually recommends using a round servo arm and then attaching this little 3D printed servo saver to it. The servos I use don't have round arms, but they do have double-sided arms, so I was able to MacGyver a double-sided servo arm onto this servo saver, and I think it's going to be a decent solution, so we'll give that a shot as well. Overall though, so far I'm pretty happy with where we're at with this guy. It's really fun to drive. It's got a servo at the front and a servo at the rear, so the rear tires do turn as well, allowing it to turn in a really tight circle. And hopefully, we've had a lot of snow. I don't know if you can see here. The driveway is mostly clear, but we have had about a foot of snow in the last 24 hours, so hopefully we can get out there and do some pretty fun slides and see what the URSA is made of. Let's get her done. So low speed, no problem, no slipping. But you can see as soon as I add some punch to the throttle, you can hear the slipping. Still runs pretty well though. I'm running two 540 motors in there, 27 turns, just brushed motors, nothing too fancy, surpass hobby. Same ones we run in a lot of our models, and we do a good job. Servo arms seem to be doing well. I haven't broken one yet. They're not quite as long as the other ones I was using, so the turning radius isn't quite as nice, but it doesn't matter so much on the snow. You can just spin out wherever you want. Oh yeah. There we go. We've lost something completely there. You can see, let's see, underneath here. You can see that rear drive shaft is just spinning. Alright, so if you can see that, there's actually the culprit in the rear. One of the tires came loose, this guy right here, and this little 3D printed hex piece here that fits on this drive shaft rounded off. So that's allowing this to spin as much as it wants, so we're not getting the drive we need. But this is a really simple fix, so we'll throw a new one on and get back at it. Here we go again, round two. Alright, so we definitely fixed that major issue we were having, but still getting some slipping. Sounds like it's coming from the back. see how fast we can get it going. Whoa! Get through there, come on. Yeah. Ooh. So you can see there, the more we drive, the more the slipping's happening. I've had this happen a couple times and I've taken apart the diff and it doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the gear, so I think it's just the box loosening up over time just because it's made out of PLA and it's heating up quite a bit. The designer to That has actually, just yesterday, created a new updated differential box. Hopefully that'll hold things together just a bit tighter. That might help, something to look into. Alright, so that bump definitely did something. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like the same sort of thing happened. Those wheel hexes. This one here seems all flippy floppy. This one's not so bad. This one's super flippy floppy. So we rounded one off again. Alright, so that's all we got time for today with our testing of this URSA. It's a pretty fun vehicle. It seems to drive pretty well. A couple issues with it though. Obviously I'm having some trouble with the diffs. Hopefully reprinting those diffs with the new updated cases will help. We did seem to fix the servo arms breaking all the time by installing those servo savers, so that's worked out really well. We're not quite getting the same turning radius that we were previously, but we're not breaking them all the time, and so I feel like that's a win. And then I'm still having trouble with these wheels. Every once in a while one of them blows off. I don't really love how tightly these M4 bolts fit inside those little wheel axles, so I might reprint them again and try and make the center hole on the wheel axle just a little bit tighter, just so those screws fit in a bit snugger, and that should probably help them stay on a little bit better. So a little bit of work to do, but super excited with how fun this thing is to drive, and hope you get a chance to build one too. Till next time, if you're looking for fun ideas of RC 3D printable projects to build, kits, or parts to build them, check us out at rcprinter.com.